My name is Ricky, TX74259, from the Golden Gate Garrison here in Northern California. And I'm a Mudtrooper.
I am Luce, TX8558, from Austrian Garrison, and I am a Mudtrooper.
I'm Jasper, TX7867, from the Singapore Garrison, and I'm a Mudtrooper.
I'm Darren Vaughan, I'm TX11412 of the Southern Cross Garrison in Australia, and I'm a Mudtrooper.
What drew me to the costume was the silhouette of the character. It's very well defined, yet you know it's clearly part of the Star Wars universe. I also love the poncho. It's like a nobleman's cape. It lends some air of regal quality to the character amidst the grime. It's like it's dignified dirt.
I already own an Imperial officer and a Stormtrooper and thought it would be great to have a real dirty armor too. And when I saw Val in the solo movie, she was just badass. Also, you don't need to polish your armor. Every scratch looks like battle damage.
What attracted me to building this costume was that you don't find many Star Wars characters that are dirty and muddy and worn.
It had a very real world look to it. It looked like it stepped straight out of the trenches of World War I. So for me it was the goggles, the respirator, the hoses, and then this whole kind of dirty down look. It was unlike anything we'd seen in the Star Wars universe before, and something that just really piqued my interest.
Since my costume was identified as the model for the detachment CRL, not much information on how one is accurately built was available at that time. I really had to rely on the help from a most wonderful Mudtrooper builder community I'm proud to be a part of. And I had to experiment a whole lot and come up with my own build techniques.
I got a lot of help from 501st Legion members all over the world. As an example, I got some 3D printed parts from an Austrian Garrison colleague, hose and belt from Germany, soft parts from the Philippines, and Alex, my friend from the German Garrison, built and weathered the whole armor perfectly.
In terms of a build, it was relatively easy. Previously, I built a First Order Stormtrooper, so that took a lot more time and effort. With this one, the key really was not so much the build, it was the look. It was getting that look right, it was the weathering. So build-wise, relatively easy, and one I would certainly welcome a chance to do again.
I don't think there was any one particular part that was challenging. Because overall the whole costume was challenging, comprising of different materials from the hard armor to fabrics like the poncho, so you still need a little bit of sewing skills to get some of the parts right.
The Mudtrooper looks easy to build, but the details are challenging and tricky.
Wasn't looking forward to the goggles. It was the last thing I did on my build. That was for a reason, but I'm glad to say that it turned out alright in the end.
Right now, I think there's almost 60 approved Mudtroopers all over the world. But when Star Wars Celebration Chicago happened in April of 2019, there were, I think, probably less than 15 approved Mudtroopers. I had the chance to troop with about 8 to 10 Mudtroopers in the largest Star Wars event. And that experience will forever be etched in my heart.
I think being a member of the 501st Legion is not about just trooping in a costume, but I think the process of building that costume, bringing it to life, is equally important. And it gives you a lot of personal satisfaction knowing that the movie realistic costume that you're wearing was originally a few pieces of plastic that you have painted and glued together and brought to life in that sense.
I've absolutely loved the Mudtrooper build experience. It's been quite an interesting journey from 2018, having first seen the costume, all the way through to 2020 building it, and all those days in between when we would uncover the found parts that made up certain parts of the costume. Really exciting stuff, and really interesting to discover some of the techniques behind the build and then be able to replicate them in my own build. But I don't consider myself completely finished yet. There are certain accuracy mods that I want to challenge myself to do, so they will come in future. But for now it's done, and I really look forward to seeing more Mudtroopers emerging throughout the world.
If you've been thinking about building a 501st costume with a lot of character and you don't want to worry about keeping it clean and shiny, join us in the trenches and we'll have you flying in no time.
Get dirty and join the Mudtroopers!
If you're wondering what to build next, make it a Mudtrooper. You'll have a lot of fun, it's a great build, and your empire needs you.